Yo, what's good, people? What's good with the family? T, what's good, bro? Appreciate my bro for sliding through. Crush, what's good with it, bro? Appreciate you, Kelly Bean, what's good with it? BC, what's good, my bro? Appreciate my bro sliding through. What's good with y'all? How y'all feeling? Lady Do, appreciate you for stopping on through, as always. Kind of out between jobs and play the cut. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Hope everything going good. KJ, what's good, bro? Appreciate you for sliding through. AB, what's good with it, fam? What's good, bro? Appreciate you for stopping through. How y'all good bros feeling? Y'all smash that like button, man. You know we here to have a conversation as always, man. As always. And right off the bat, I gotta start by saying, man, y'all feel free to, let me know what y'all think. But I think it's safe to say Tank Davis might be the most wanted man in boxing right now. He might really be the most wanted man in boxing. Could be fluff or could be real, but right now, I don't know about y'all. I mean, I follow Tank Davis. I've been around since the beginning of his career. And I can't think of a time ever in his career where this many people have been speaking this dude's name. And it's like to the point where I think it's really, really time to really discuss, like, who should his opponents be? And not just the next one up after that, too, because it's a lot of smoke, apparently, for Tank Davis. There's a lot of people speaking his name. It's a lot of people, saying they want to fight. But how many of these people are real and how many blowing smoke? I mean, we're going to talk about it for sure. Charles Granger, what's good with it, bro? Appreciate you for sliding through. Be safe on that road. Appreciate you sliding on through, man. MP, my bro, what's good with it, MP? Clans, what's good, bro? Yes, sir. Jersey is always in the building when I'm here. You know it when we here. Appreciate all my bros and my lady in the building. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about it, man. And again, I don't want to have like a repeat conversation, but, what sparked me to even have this lineup again of people for Tank to fight is because more than recently, everybody in this thumbnail has spoke Tank Davis' name. Everybody. Every last one of these dudes. My bro G5, what's good with it, 5? Appreciate you for sliding through. How you feeling, Brody? What's good with you? Get the smoke. What's good, bro? Appreciate you for sliding through. How y'all feeling out there, man? Appreciate everybody in the building. But yeah, man, I just don't think it's been a time in Tank Davis's career that this many people have been speaking his name and saying they either want to fight or would love to fight him, And just to run it down, we all know, Teofimo spoke more recently when he had said after the knockout that Tank got over Rolly, that maybe he the only dude that could defeat Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis need to come over the top rank and then make it happen. So he said that. You know what I mean? You got Ryan Garcia. We all know what the story is with them two. And I've been hearing a mixture of different things from, that fight's not happening to Floyd blocking the fight to a potential date being in December. You know what I mean? So you're hearing a lot of different things, but nonetheless, again, as I'm making a point, each and every last one of these fighters in this thumbnail has been mentioning Tank Davis. And, I think it's just time to really examine which one of these dudes, if any are serious about it and who he going to fight next, if not a Ryan Garcia, you know what I'm saying? Because I do hear that they're in negotiations. I hope they can hear him and just get that fight out the way so we could get some clarity in these divisions, man. Hope everybody good out there, man. Hope everybody feeling all right out there, man. Salute to all the family in the building. But yeah, man. So we all know the clout chasing that Ryan Garcia has been doing for years. And if this fight is made between him and Tank, make no mistake about it, the clout chasing ends the minute they step in the ring with each other. And that's kind of the reason why I want to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? I think they need to go ahead and get that out their way. Because like I said, Ryan Garcia has been cranky for quite some time now, man. He's been sleepy and he's been speaking on Tank for years on end. So I think it's time to put that chapter to bed. And the only way to do that is to line them up in the ring, get them boys in there, so they could square their differences away and he could move on. But moving on, you got Isaac Cruz. You know what I mean? We all know he just beat the dog out of Eduardo Ramirez, and immediately after beating him up, knocking him out with ease, he immediately calls for Tank Davis in a rematch. Now, I did hear some booing going on. Now, I don't know about y'all, I didn't really understand the booing. Was they booing the fact that he's calling for Tank Davis, or did they boo because they put the camera on Tank Davis? Like, I was a little confused about what exactly the crowd was booing. Maybe that's just me. Tank will have that nigga hard behind the ref, but I'm telling you, man. So it's like it's time to really have this discussion. Like, enough of the talking, and you got Cruz saying that, you got Devin Haney. They've been barking back and forth. I'm not taking no sides when it comes to those dudes because they're allowed to talk their shit. I just want to be very clear. This is not about ducking so much as anything. This is more so about the conversation and trying to move it forward and let's talk about what the next best move is. What should really happen right now? Who's serious about really fighting this dude? Then, I got Regis PROGRAIS in there. The reason I got Regis in there is because he just did an interview. This was a couple days ago with Boxing News, and he alluded to after he fight Jose Zepeda, as long as he get past him, the fight that he looking to make is a Tank Davis fight or Ryan Garcia. Yeah, my people, he said that. Not only Tank Davis, he mentioned Ryan Garcia as well. And Teofimo is a new player at 140, so that name is definitely on the table for him. Tank is the biggest name until you get to 47. I agree, get the smoke. And that's all the conversation I'm just trying to have. I know a lot of times we already say this, but I just want to be clear, and I want to state it's reasons why I really feel like he the biggest name. You know what I mean? From 140 on down. Look how many people salute. Josh, what's good with him, my bro? Look how many fighters are calling there. I got 5 fighters in this thumbnail, and they all speak in Tank in one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's time for somebody to get put to bed, man. You know what I mean? Some of this got to get put to bed. James, what's good with it, bro? Appreciate you for stopping through. I think it's time to have a discussion, man. So who up first? And my thing is, we all know this Ryan Garcia joint is supposed to be happening. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, who should Tank really fight if this ain't gonna happen next? You know what I'm saying? This ain't gonna happen next. Who should he really fight out of these dudes that's calling him out? Tank the money man to 147. And him and Dev. Kurt, what's good with it, my bro? Appreciate you for sliding through. How you feeling, bro? And him and Dev been going back and forth. And more recently, it's funny you spoke on the money because Dev, he said he make 5 times more than Dev. So Dev says, so I guess you make $25 million a fight. So I guess that would be, we can do math. If he make that much more than Haney, then it's safe to say Haney make about $5 million a fight. You get what I'm saying? That's pretty much what that told me if we doing math. So, I always said, their money don't matter to me because we ain't none of us getting paid. You know what I mean? Ain't none of us getting paid. So at the end of the day, and I said, man, what really determines their worth in boxing? You know what I'm saying? Is it belts? Is it money? Is it legacy / resume? You know what I'm saying? Because I believe with legacy comes a great resume. You know what I mean? If you're going to have any real legacy, you're going to have a resume to speak for it. You know what I'm saying? And I think, like I said, Tank is the most wanted fighter, but who really want to fight him? And if we been, yeah, crushed. I don't know why he did that shit, bro. I think he even said it might be a one-off. He said he might have to change it back. Dev out there looking like a golden lord, an athletic golden lord out this motherfucker. 2022. Oh, man. I'm like, damn, they'll die this joint, man. Y'all smash that like button for me, man. And we gonna keep rocking, man. A1, what's good with it, my bro? Hope you feeling all right over there, man. Hope all is good with you over there, my bro. I will tell you why. Oh, yeah, talk to me. Professional boxing equals prize fighting, no doubt. So they got to get paid, they got to get paid, no mistake about it. But I'm saying, what really determines your worth? You get what I'm saying when it's all said and done? Is it going to be the money? Is it going to be the belts? You know what I mean? Or is it going to be legacy and resume? And you know why I feel like this question is so fitting and is you know, it makes perfect sense for this live, because when we talking about Tank and Devin Haney, you got one guy saying I got all the belts, then you got the other guy saying I got more money. You get what I'm saying? But I think what's next was what we could all kind of agree on. Like they're pretty much telling the truth. Dev does have all the belts, and Tank is getting paid. We all know that. We all know that. DP, what's good with it, Brody? Appreciate you for sliding through. How you feeling, bro? We know Tank get paid. We know that. How much is irrelevant. We all know he gets paid. He gets paid well. We know Dev Haney gets paid well. We know Dev has all the belts, like he said. But what's lacking from the equation on both sides, just to be fair and call a spade, legacy and resume. So again, like where is boxing at, and where is boxing gonna go? You know, when it comes to these two fighters, where are they looking to take their careers? Like, are they cool with just barking at each other back and forth on social media? Because it's even on both sides. They both doing it. So it's not a blame. It's not to make one look better than the other. It's just to have a conversation about what need to happen so all this barking could stop taking place. And you know, the simple answer is getting these two dudes in the ring. But realistically, what really need to happen for that to take place? Because we get it, dude. They could talk shit for years. Obviously, they've been doing it for so long now. It's like one thing is clear, they can talk shit, but outside of the shit talking, what are they going to do to actually make this fight happen? And that's a question for both of them. Because okay, one screaming belts, the other screaming money. We both know one got belts. We know they both got money. They both missing legacy and resume. And I think that's the missing ingredient from both of their careers, if you want to be honest. So no matter how much shit they talk and how much money they think they make, which don't matter, even the belts. And that's no slight to Dev Haney. What he accomplished is amazing. Like, he made history. Ain't nothing is nothing to take away from that. That's negative. But what I'm saying, even with that being said, he's so young, and people always say that. They always highlight how young Devin Haney is, and I agree, he's very young. And with him being that young, that's telling us what? It's still a lot more for him to accomplish. Although he became undisputed at a very young age, yes, he did. Salute to him, tip my hat to him, and Team Haney. He did it, but there's so much left for him to accomplish that he can't stop here. And I think he know that. And like I said, in order for them to get over that hump, these dudes, if they're not going to fight each other, they're going to have to fight somebody as close to the opposition as possible. You know what I'm saying? Tank going to have to fight 50-50 type fights. Like all this jawing back and forth. All right, we get it. Y'all want to fight. But what y'all going to do to make this fight? And like I said, at the same time, with him drawing back and forth, Tank still is the most wanted at you know what I mean, under one match. Matter of fact, in boxing, shit. Like I said, I don't think I can remember another time in Tank's career where he had about 5 different fighters calling his name out. Now, how many of them really gonna take place remains to be seen. But that's why we're here today, so we can have that conversation. Malcolm X. What's good, bro? I said what's up with A1. I've been saying what's good, A1. I said you hope you feeling good over there. OTB, what's good with it, my bro? What's good with you, man? Fans care more about belts than they do about the money, but ultimately we just want to see the fight outside of Floyd. Facts. But it's cool that you said that, because some do worry about, you know what I mean, the money and shit like that. But for us, and we know better than that, because we know, I consider all of us in here some diehards. We don't got a casual soul in here, right? So with that being said, we don't give a damn about the money. You get what I'm saying? We don't even care about his belts, and that's no slighting them, because those do nothing for us. But what we do care about is legacy. And why I say that, because I think in building a legacy, that means you gonna get the fights. We gonna get the fights we supposed to get, and the fighters are gonna take the fights they supposed to take. You get what I'm saying? Queen, my sis, what's good with it? Appreciate you for stopping through. How you feeling? TWT family in the building. You know, this dude, he a fool. You a fool, A1. I don't think Dave generates money to force TMT to make the fight. And you know what, KJ, that might be true, bro. But you know what? And I wouldn't even disagree. But I think the problem is when we get to that, if that's the case, because more than likely it is, you can't force their hand. But why should he? You get what I'm saying? Why should he have to force their hand? That's gonna be on Tank to really let them know, yo, this is the fight I want. I want Dev Haney. Mr. Chop Top, what's good with it, my bro? Appreciate you for sliding through. Belts don't mean nothing nowadays. And that's what I'm saying, especially not to us. Especially not to us. And I respect the belts. It's nothing wrong. I don't, you know, respect it no less, but I respect the resume and the opponents more, which was going to lead to you building some type of legacy for yourself. So like I was just saying a little earlier, like we all in here know if it's one thing for sure, two things for certain, these dudes get paid, right? We know that. Dev got the belts, like he said, but what y'all don't have is a legacy to really stand on. Y'all don't have a resume where y'all can really talk the shit that y'all really talking to each other outside of the money. If we being fair, and this is what I'm all about. This is what Just Do stand for. All about being logical and as down the middle as possible. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be perfect, like I always say, but I'm gonna call it accordingly. Neither one of these dudes could really talk the shit that they're talking to each other outside of drawing back and forth about who get more money. And again, to the real fans, that's never gonna matter because we're not in their pockets. We don't care. That don't affect us one way or the other. They have too many fighter belts, and the boxing game is stalled up because they don't want to get in the ring with each other. And again, the fighters, is up to them to not allow anything, politics, you know what I mean, bad business, start eliminating that shit by being clear with what you want. All this drawing back and forth they've been doing, I think it's safe to say they don't like each other. So I'm ready to see the fight more sooner than later. But again, I know right now it's just not realistic because we know what business he got to take care of. But you know, while he's still taking care of business, Tank got to be busy too. So what he gonna do next? Same here, my brother. You already know, Chop. Appreciate you, my bro. This dude, man, the Yoda Wise, Miss PSA, he's dude. Yoda Wise Crush was good. Yeah, A1 on fire. He going in today, man. I was like, damn, A1, what's going on today? I'm sorry. You still, oh man, y'all stupid, man. Here y'all go, man. The family, yo, y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. But yeah, man, you know, so we at a point in boxing where we understand it, man. How much talking it. Nah, she really do look like the black bottle though. A1. I really seen that. She really do though. It's Miss Butterworth, I think. She remind me of Miss Butterworth a little bit, my baby. You do. Miss Butterworth and Aunt Jemima fine, so them ain't even jokes. Them ain't even jokes. Can I tell? Ain't they right? Ain't I right, A1? You tell somebody like Aunt Jemima or Miss Butterworth, they was a beautiful black women. You know what I mean? At least they appear to be black to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to work it. Let's appreciate you, sis. I appreciate that. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate all y'all in the building. Y'all smash that like button for me, man. So you know, that's where I'm at with it, man. That's where I'm at with it. I think, you know, just to answer the question up there, you know what I mean? I think y'all stupid, yo. I think when we trying to determine your worth, I mean, obviously some people would probably equate worth to money, but for us diehards, that's what I know, A1. That's why but you do that even with us though. Your jokes are always jokes that we could laugh at. They never like, you know what I mean? They ain't the foul, they ain't the below the belt jokes. You always like, if you say any joke you say, I ain't never hear you say a joke that somebody gotta be looking like, damn, he went below. Nah, you always keep it, you know what I mean? Just a funny motherfucker to me though. Yeah, I used to do that back in the day, man. I do it every now and again with the right person. I gotta be annoyed with something to go in though, usually. look, Crush. Yeah, I'm telling you. Y'all stupid, yo. But yeah, man. So again, man, when we talking about the worth in boxing, you know what I'm saying? I think more so for the diehard people, the people that's really locked in on the sport. That's going to be determined by who you fight. Simply put, who you fight is going to be your resume. What your resume consists of. What kind of quality do your resume really consist of for you to be worth something in boxing? And I don't care. You could like, Tank could go on like the path that he on that a lot of people think he going to take for the remainder of his career is going to be a path that would award him with plenty of nice paydays, but never the quality to line up with the payday. You get what I'm saying? So you could make X amount of millions of dollars and not be worth shit at the end of your career if you a guy that ain't took no real challenges, you know what I'm saying, or took enough of the challenges. You get what I'm saying? And I think all of these dudes, especially when we talking about 135, they all at a crossroads in terms of they all got to show us something respectfully across the board. No one more than the other. Maybe some more than others, I think, because everybody ain't at the same exact level. But when we really get down to it, they all still got a lot to prove, man. They got a lot to show us, man. And they ain't done by far. You know what I'm saying? So unless they start, and these is all these dudes as a whole, unless they start giving us the fights that we want as a collective, as a unit, then they're going to all face criticism that I hope they ready for, because I'm calling this shit out across the board. I don't care if it's Tank. I don't care if it's Ryan. I don't care if it's Dev, PROGRAIS, whoever it is. And like I said, you know what I mean? Well, I feel like, you one of the most wanted men in boxing. When you got a guy that's at 140 constantly, he done spoke on Tank. And I know they go back and forth, but Regis PROGRAIS is adamant about fighting Tank Davis, bro. And I'm like, you different when you got somebody at the higher weight class. Not saying he ain't fought. I know he fought at 40. But, the way Regis mentioned him, you would think they was in the same weight class, bro. And what shocked me more so than him saying Tank is that he entertained him fighting a Ryan Garcia at 140. And that threw me through a loop, man. We all know, I feel like we all in here know what Regis and Ryan Garcia look like, man. We pretty much all know. Demetrius Bright, my brother, what's good with it, bro? We appreciate you for sliding through. Yeah, and I think we all know what a Regis PROGRAIS and a Ryan Garcia fighter look like, man. That'll look like a massacre. A massacre of sorts. I really do. I don't think Ryan really had much for Regis outside of trying to catch him and getting him out of there. And with Regis having the kind of chin he got, I don't see it happening. Ryan would be in deep shit in that fight, and he'd find himself getting hurt. Y'all foolish, man. Y'all dumb, man. Y'all foolish, man. Yeah, A1 still gotta watch it. Shakur and CCI breakdown too. I'm gonna check that out next. But yeah, man, Regis said he want to fight after ZEPEDA. He get past ZEPEDA, he'd be looking to fight Tank Davis or Ryan Garcia. I think that right off the bat, if we talking about it, I think a Tank Davis fight would be a little more out of the question, simply because he's just not at 140. You know what I'm saying? He at 135. That's where he say he's comfortable. That's where he's gonna be at. It'll be slow late at the same time. Yeah, they crazy. Yeah. Sometimes people be getting them the next day. Salute to Ashley's Corner. What's up, Queen? Appreciate you for stopping through. Yeah, G5, they in here going off, man. And I done got caught in the crossfire, man. I'm in here thinking I'm chopping it up. A1 in here firing off. No safety on the Glock. Just firing away in this motherfucker. It's crazy, yeah. Y'all get on my nerves, man. I can't do no lot with the shot. Y'all retarded, man. But yeah, man. Shit. But yeah, like I said, Regis, like I said, not to keep repeating it, but Regis said, he'd want to fight Tank or Ryan next after ZEPEDA, and he said he comfortable at 140 and he's staying there. He said because in the next 2 years he feel like 140 gonna be the hottest division in boxing, and he could be right. I mean, we did have some new players move up with Tio and Ryan. You know what I mean? Just to name a couple. You know what I mean? New guys, and then you, of course. You got some dudes naturally that's just going to outgrow that weight. So I see why he said 2 years, because a couple years could change a lot. Like, for example, I don't see Devin Haney still being at 135 2 years from now. You get what I'm saying? And I think it's realistic that all these fights going to be on the table with that dude up there. You're going to have him up there. You're going to have Haney, Ryan, Tio, Regis still there, Gary, Antoine. I mean, you got a lot. It's a lot going on, man. I like that. Give Ryan a title shot at 140, bring that punk out of him. Yeah, right. Give him a fight. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. And I thought it was interesting. I never would have suspected that Regis would be saying something about fighting a Ryan Garcia, but then again, I had to second guess it when I think about it again. It's Regis we talking about. So you in his weight class, he down for any smoke with anybody that's gonna be at 140. So I just say, man, it's time we see these fights, man. Tank the most wanted man in boxing, not even just from 140 down. He the most wanted man. Like I said, every dude I got in this thumbnail done spoke on Tank name as of recently. Every last one of them. And Regis did this too. This was 2 days ago, to be exact. Yeah, food, man. Yo, he just nothing. Friendly fire. Just going in. Ash cutting up in here. And he might have reloaded the clip. But you feel me. But yeah, man. He should get T.O. a title shot to bring the punk out of both of them. Yeah, one of them. Oh yeah, and I meant to mention T.O. too. See, he mentioned in this article, in this interview, he mentioned Ryan and Tank. But also, T.O. was on the table because he had 140, so he already know he'll be looking to break him. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be a rough fight for T.O., man. I think T.O. and Ryan both get battered by Regis, man. I think they both get battered. I think the only one that don't get battered is Tank. And I think even with Tank, that'd be a tough fight. But, man, I'm putting my money on Tank, though, man. He a real dog. I'm going to go check some more of them joints out. OTB. So bringing me to my next point, man. With all this being said, Haney gonna be at 140 soon. Tank fought at 140 before. The other ones, say if these dudes want to see Regis versus Haney sometime in the future, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. See, as you doing exactly what I was trying to do. Just a conversation because it's all these dudes is in or around the same weight. So fights really can't happen unless motherfuckers really ducking. You know what I'm saying? Regis and Haney, I'm gonna say this straight up. But as long as Haney can stay on the outside, he'd be out of harm's way. But from mid range to close, he gonna be in trouble. But I'm telling you, and I just don't think he got enough power to keep Regis honest, man. And that's gonna be a real problem for him moving forward. Like, I think at 40, that's going to be the ultimate question. It's never going to be his boxing skills, not even so much his chin. I think he got a decent chin, Haney. I think he do, but I think that lack of power might catch up to him at the 140 division, man. Them dudes just be punching a little too hard to not be able to, keep them up off you. If you can't keep them dudes up off you, you're in trouble, man. Especially with a Regis, because he said it over and over. He don't come to box. He come to hurt you. So, and he coming straight to bring the smoke straight to you. So, all that being cute shit ain't gonna fly with him. And it might work for a few rounds, but once he catch up to Dev, that's where the problem's gonna start right there. As long as Dev can stay away from him and box him, he cool. But the minute Regis catch up to him, that's when the questions get answered, and that's when you're gonna see him he gonna be in some big trouble. Oh yeah, that's more than possible. And I think what you saying basically, like Ash, is with a name like Haney, he gonna really, really get up for that fight. Not saying he ain't getting up for the rest of the fights, but I get what you're saying. It's just sometimes people raise their levels against certain opponents, and Haney is definitely a guy that you'll want to at least either raise your level on or, be on the top of your game for sure. So I think that'd be Regis' mentality going into a fight like that. And I'm telling you, man, I ain't saying it'd be an easy one for either dude, but I see it being a tougher fight for Haney because I think Regis is going to make it physical in there at some point. And once that happens, we're going to have to, Haney's going to have to answer some questions. We're going to really have to answer some questions. Talk about that live. I want to see what This definitely, bro. You stupid. Look at Alicia versus the girl she lost to. Caesar, whatever her name is. Yeah, because the girl she lost to was pretty decent, right? And that was like a close fight, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, crazy, man. Yeah, killing me. Yeah, dude, no damn lie with y'all fools. Oh man. But yeah, I heard the girl she lost to, and that was a good fight. And you know, just to be fair, Alicia Baumgartner got so much better since then. She got so much better since losing to that girl, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think Knockout was speaking on that a little bit, Ash, too, saying how the fight was close. And then we all know just how much better Alicia gotten since then. Like I've been going back and forth in my head about it, and me just having more time to go over it, man. I'm starting to slightly be swayed toward Bumgardner pulling his victory, y'all, man. Because the feel going into it is that I think people kind of sleeping on her. Like I never really seen people like kind of critique somebody in a negative fashion for being athletic. But I've kind of heard like when they bring that up, all she got is athleticism. They make it seem like that's not a good thing to be athletic, right? You know what I'm saying? I know nah, y'all know y'all all good, bros. Hey, 1K right there. Told you 1K man with a fully loaded clip with some spare magazines. God damn it. But yeah, I think people they critique her like her just being athletic is just a problem. I think she more than just athletic and with a good punch. I think she can actually box too. And the point that Knockout was making is that she don't fight like a girl. She, you know what I mean? She kind of fight like a dude, so to speak. And I think that says something about her. That make her a little bit more dangerous than what people are, I think, realizing. You know what I'm saying? I think Alicia gonna be a real she gonna be more than a live dog. I don't know. I ain't seen no betting odds, so I don't know who the favorite and underdog, but she gonna be a live fighter in there. Like meaning, she gonna have her opportunities in there to get some shit off. Make no mistake about it. She gonna have more than her opportunities because Mary get hit often. Go to I don't break. Oh man, he crazy man. Hey, what we just cave in fire. Yeah, man. I think she's gonna be a lot more competitive than what people believe. And although they keep saying I hear all the things people saying Michaela Mary can do offensively, as far as like they seen her dog it out in one of her more recent fights, and they also seen her box and be a good boxer, use her fundamentals and technical skills and shit like that. But I ain't hear too many people mention her defense or lack thereof and how she gets hit and how often she gets hit. So I always consider defense when I'm picking a fight too. I don't just think about what a fighter could do offensively, and I think that's a more accurate way to assess a fight. Like it's one thing to speak about your offense, but you can't stop a motherfucker from hitting you. You in just as much trouble as the other person is, being that you can hit them. So I think we're gonna see an offensive display on both fighters, but I want to see who's able to land first, early, and often. And she can box, and the pro style benefits her. And you talking about which one, Bumgardner, OTB? Because I think she's slightly slept on. I do. I think her boxing ability is slightly slept on. They making it seem like she's just planning on going in there and just blasting her with one punch. I know how she talking. She gonna talk her shit, but just know she gonna have a game plan on as to how she want to execute. You know what I'm saying? I know she ain't just going in there, especially at this level looking for one punch. So, you know what I'm saying? I know she going in there to put something together and look good doing it. And not just good to the fellas. She gonna look good in the boxing ring. So I think we're gonna see a real good fight. Man, she better not underestimate Bumgarner. Now some of these fans seem like they don't, because again, offense is one aspect, but can you stop people from hitting you? And I've seen Michaela Mary get touched up on several occasions. She don't come up out of them. She don't do too much swimming without getting wet. She can swim, but she get wet when she do it, if that makes sense. So she go in there and she get, but sometimes she get it just as much as she be given. You know what I mean? In spots. So, but at least I guess at the end of the day, you ask a question: are they the best? Are they going to be the best opponent that each other has faced? And I think that's safe to say, yeah, on both sides. So I think when you look at that, then you start making your assessment from there. Like, you know what I mean? They're gonna be the best opponent that they both has faced, so they definitely gonna challenge each other. You know what I'm saying? He still got it. We know, sick and all, he still got it. He want roasting Lee on fire, literally, bro. Crazy. Must have seen me with my joint on, my beanie, my little stocking cap. I'll be rocking my stocking cap, man. You did. But yeah, man, them women gonna put on for sure, y'all. And we gonna see a hell of a fight. It's just unfortunately we gotta wait longer to see it. But speaking of that, I think it's pretty weak how they gotta compete with the men as well. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a little weak. It's a little foul that they couldn't have scheduled that on no other date other than when you already got 2 fights coming and on separate sides of it. You know what I mean? Separate sides of the spectrum. These dudes, man. Salute to my bro T. I don't know if you still in here, bro, but salute to you for breaking that news on Conor Ben possibly pulling out and all that. Because now I seen, and I gotta give it to you because I'm seeing everybody reporting it now, but I seen T, my bro Southern T, reported it first. I don't care what nobody said. That was some of the first news I got today. Was Conor Ben, not Conor Ben, Chris Eubank was pulling out. Not Conor Ben, pardon me, y'all. Chris Eubank. So I heard that from bro first. Now I'm hearing everybody else calling it out. It's all right. So hey, you could be using that type of analogy for me running my Combat 2 bag. What's good with it, bro? Appreciate you for sliding through. Yeah, but damn, for y'all that was looking forward to that fight, because I damn sure was. I don't care what nobody said. I was looking forward to Conor Ben challenging Chris Eubank. You know what I'm saying? At that catchweight now, it's looking like Chris Eubank Sr. said the fight too risky, and they pulling out, man. Bro, and my dub right side voice, what? Yeah, I had to come in hot. Oh, she was boxing and post out benefits. What you talking about? You want? Y'all need to be crazy. Yeah, but that's kind of weak, man. Chris Eubank. It's being reported that he pulling out. And so, like I said, salute to my bro T, because he was on it first. I heard it hours way before they dropped it. So they're saying Eubank Sr. wants to cancel it. So it's looking like that fight might be off, man. That's weak as hell. Chris Eubank Sr. just messed up an opportunity for his son. Talking about risky, man. It's a risk for both of them. What are you talking about? Sound like you ain't confident in your son. Dude thinking about when Nigel Ben whooped his ass. Now I don't want them to fight. He thinking about Nigel Ben off and whooped his ass. Man, get your asses on, bro. It's the reason because they fight too risky. Is there anything? Other reason? Nope. I seen too risky. Talking about T was speaking on the bed when he was going in a little bit. He was talking about the dangerous weight cut. Eubank Sr. was talking about the weight cut being dangerous for his son. He must be having trouble making weight. And you know what? You know what's crazy though? You know what pisses me off about this, y'all? And this is the part that blows me. You got this dude running around eating buckets of KFC and shit, and then you worried about him making a weight cut? Like, what's up, man? I call BS, man. He ain't confident. He thinking about, did Nigel Ben beat him? Then they fought a couple of times. Nigel Ben must have. I could have swore Nigel Ben beat Chris Eubank when they fought. Let me see. Man, no, he did. They fought a couple of times. Talking about is the risky, the weight cut. Come on, bro. You tripping, man. Acting like you ain't got confidence, bro. Yeah, the split draw. I'll never fight again. Oh, Chris Eubank got his ass, huh? He got TKO'd in 9, and then they draw in the second one. Do they fight more than once? Oh, damn, he lost one and draw with Chris Eubank. I thought he got his ass kicked. What weight class is Eubank Jr. fight? Kind of been at Eubank fight at hold on, I think he was Eubank at 68? And they was doing what? Catch weight of what was it, 150? What was it, 150, 156? Some weird shit. Yeah, Eubank at 160. Yep, Eubank was at 160. You see what I'm saying? Nope. We got him listed at middleweight, and his last fight was against Lynn Williams. That was 60. So I think he's took fights at 68, but you know, like his last fight was at middleweight against Lynn Williams. I was at 160. He came in at 160 on the dot. And Conor at 47. So Eubank has been at 60 out in his last few fights. He's right. You get what I'm saying? Get the smoke. So what is he talking about? Like 60? And they think the catch weight was like what, 156 or some shit like that? Some weird shit like that. Or so he had fights there at 68 before. Because I think he fought, what was that? DeGale? Was DeGale at that DeGale fight at 68? Yeah, the girl fight was up there at 68. But like I said, then after that, he went down back to 60. So his last few fights been at 60. So I don't see how you talking about it's so dangerous of a weight cut. That just sound like a cop out. And it don't look good on your son's behalf either, man. I don't know what's up with him, man. That shit just don't sound good. I can't run with it, man. Can't run with it. Dangerous weight cut my ass. Why did y'all agree with it? And they the ones that came up with the weight. This is what I'm saying. Groves, let me see. Yeah, Groves was at 68, and then he fought JJ McDonough at 68. His last fight at 68 was James DeGale, who he had won. He actually won that fight by unanimous decision. Then he went back to 60 because he fought Matt Korobov, who he TKO'd in 2 rounds. Marcus Morrison, who beat him. That fight was at 60. Yeah, 60. I mean, I don't know who the hell this dude his name is, but Wanik, he fought him, that same thing. And then Lynn Williams, 160, came in at 160 on the dot. 157, yeah, the catch weight, yeah. Same day weigh in at 162, yeah. I guess he's trying to say it was dangerous. I just think he's looking for a way out for his son. Like, he don't want that rivalry. He don't want his son to get his ass beat. Bro, beat Eubanks Jr. ass. Yeah, he had gotten his ass Ash. Yeah. That was his last loss, was against George Grove. George Grove chipped him. This one was 60. All a few before was 60 out, 60 plus, so 168. Yeah, because I mean, all right, let me see. Let me just go past him. His last one, that was 60. This dude, he weighed in at 164. Then before that, he weighed in at 161 and a half. So to me, that's middle. Dude, before that, he weighed at 159 and a quarter. You know what I'm saying? Before that was James DeGale. That was the last true 168 fight. No fight after James DeGale did he weigh more than 164. I guess if you're saying he weighed in that 64, you want to look at that as a super middleweight fight, but I mean, they still had it listed in middleweight. The motherfuckers just ain't hit that 60 mark. Yeah. That's 68. Yeah. That was one of that was and that's still like I said, that's still when he was doing the 68. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you all the fights he did at 68. Renaud Quinlan, he fought him at 68. Arthur Abraham, Advil Yadira, George Groves, JJ McDonough, and James DeGale. That was his run at 68, y'all. After that, Korbov, Morrison, Wanick, Liam Williams, 160. Pretty much. Teach, what's good, bro? Appreciate you sliding through. How you feeling, bro? But yeah, man, I think that's a bad look for him. I think it's a bad look for him trying to pull him out of that fight, especially when they the ones that suggested the weight anyway. How you gonna suggest it and not follow through with it? That's kind of weak. Make his son look like a wolf, man. Make him. And then, if you so worried about the weight cut, why is your son so arrogantly walking around eating a bucket of KFC? Like, come on, man. He doing that to be funny, showing you he ain't worried about the weight. So how are you more worried about the weight than he worried about the weight? Sound like a cop-out. Sound like an excuse to get your son out of this smoke, man, and that's weak. That's the excuse I'm not buying. I don't think he's confident like that. I don't think he's confident. Flossy, Cheat Sports TV, Flossy, was good, bro. Appreciate you sliding through. Yeah, Chris Eubank Senior making his son look bad. It's a bad look. He don't want that fight. He talking about a bad weight cut. Sound like he ain't really confident because you got your son was running around eating KFC out of all shit to eat. That's what he was eating. So he wasn't worried about it. I don't see how you so worried about it. And y'all suggested the weight calls, the catch weight, I believe, and now y'all not gonna stand up to it. So that's what it's looking like. Because like I said, my bro T reported it first because that's why I heard it first. That's why I seen it reported first. Now I'm seeing everybody else reporting on it, so they must have seen the same stuff he's seen, Just ain't a good look. Oh, and I seen not Frank Martin, Chris Colbert, man. He was in Hector Garcia comment section. Sounded like he trying to get a rematch with him. And Hector Garcia was kind of laughing him off. You know what I'm saying? He told him they got to do something first. Like basically like they got to win again or something. Get themselves back relevant. He kind of laughed him off, but I was going to make a video about it. I still might because it seemed like Chris Colbert might be trying to get out of that fight with Frank Martin. Nah, don't do that. Don't try that. You can't skip the line. You just lost. Get in there with Frank Martin. You almost don't got no choice, bro. So ain't nobody trying to hear that. Nah, buddy. Talking about a rematch. Nope. Don't do that. Don't try to get out of the fight with Frank Martin. Get your ass in there. Get your ass in there. Chris Martin should be next. Yeah, it should be if he don't. But again, I told you, let me see if I still got that little shit where he, I had a screenshot. He was talking to Hector Garcia. What'd he say? He said, yes, you won, champ. Let's run it back. Hector Garcia said, everyone is possible now. I am world champion. Thanks to you, brother. He said, you know it's not hard to make the fight. Tell your people to make it happen. That's what Colbert's saying to him. And he's saying, my work team says that you would be another option later, depending on your comeback in your career. And he got like the LOL and laughing emojis and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he basically letting them know that his team says, yo, yeah, you got to do something. Like, you got to come back first. You got to make a comeback, make yourself relevant before we fight you again. KFC in England is different, but fried food is fried food. Yeah, I've heard that too. Get the smoke. It's funny you brought that up. I've heard that because I've heard somebody say they took a vacation over there and they was eating crazy, eating ridiculous, like, you know, not watching what they eat. And she said she was nervous when she got on the scale. She thought she was gonna gain weight. She said she ended up losing weight. Then she said when she got back into the States where she from, she said she started eating healthy. She she took that as an example, you know what I mean? But she started eating healthy, and she said she stepped on the scale and gained weight from the shit that you supposed to be eating over here that's healthy. So you make a good point, bro. I know exactly what you mean. Hector Shakur. And, you know, I expect Shakur to handle business on the 23rd, man. Respect to Robson Conceição. I'm glad he got an opportunity. You know what I mean? Salute to him. I'm pretty sure he's going to be competitive. I know he ain't going to lay down, but I think Shakur going to be levels above that dude. 2 steps ahead of him all night. I think he's going to make that fight rough for Conceição. Hector Cobra running for his life. Don't nobody want to see that again. Facts, bro. And, you know, even Hector and his team, see what they told him? They kept it real. Depending on your comeback and your career, said my work team says that you will be another option later, depending on your comeback and your career. So that dude, depending on your comeback. Frank and Colbert on the card, bro, I would think Colbert would not be happy to be on it, not trying to get out of that fight. Yeah, right. You would think so, right? But this was recent too. This wasn't like some real old shit. This was like in the midst of him supposed to be fighting Frank Martin. He doing this, talking about let's run it back. Like, bro, you can't just cut the line. He hoping, what you thinking? You hoping Hector Garcia is gonna tell his team? Like, that's what he told him. Like, you know it's not hard to make the fight. Tell your people, make it happen. He tried to start off by congratulating him, the real him in. Heck caught on to his ass, say, yeah, I appreciate it, but man, my work team says you got to do something, baby. You got to beat somebody. So yeah, Teach, you would think he'd be happy. Yeah, man, the 23rd, Clarence. So Chris is gonna fight Martin. Oh, Hector. I mean, I wouldn't say I would. I mean, I know if he had it his way, based on this little exchange that he had back and forth with Hector Garcia, he'd like to get that rematch. And that's why I said it looked like he's slightly trying to get out of Frank Martin. Now he ain't say right now, but for him to tell him like let's make it happen and let's run it back, champ. Like, you won. Yes, you won, champ. Let's run it back. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody know, you know what I mean? He basically saying, it's not hard to make the fight. Go talk to your team. Like, go tell them to make it happen. Like, nah, you ain't cutting the line, bro. Nah, bro. It does nothing for Hector Garcia to run it back with you. And you ain't proved nothing since he beat you. So his team is saying something very realistic to you. So go in there. If you beat a Frank Martin, I would say then you possibly could sound like you back. And maybe you get another shot at Heck. But, you know what I mean? Not just off of losing to him. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody in the building. Y'all smash that like button for me if y'all haven't. We're just sitting here chopping it up, man. And, just to get back to the point I was making about my boy Tank, man. That's one of the most wanted men in boxing. Like I said, I got 5 other fighters outside of him that's in his thumbnail, and they all spoke on him. And more recently, 2 days ago, was Regis PROGRAIS speaking that after he fights ZEPEDA, as long as he win, he had looked like, he said he had looked at he'll want one of the fights that he wanted most is Tank Davis. He said, if not Tank Davis, then Ryan Garcia. So that's where we at with this. And again, I asked the question, what determines the worth in boxing? Belts, money, or legacy / resume? Because again, like I was saying, we all know when it comes to Tank and we know when it comes to Tank and Dev tell Tank, yo, I got all the belts. So y'all got everything go through me. And that's true. He do got all the belts. But Tank trying to tell him, I got the money. So everything don't go through you because I'm the cash cow. And we all know 2 things for certain. They both get paid. And Dev do have all the belts. Those things are true. But like I was saying, one thing that's still missing from both of these dudes' career equally is legacy and resume. You know what I'm saying? So I think nobody is really in a position to, well, especially when you're talking about them two, they right there with each other. It's neck and neck. You know what I mean? In terms of, you know, I mean, I think Tank, you obviously is more impactful in terms of putting asses in seats, but I think with Dev, when you look at what Dev has done, you know, you're gonna have a ton of respect for that as well. But I think neither one of those dudes are really in a position to act like they don't need each other. I think if we being honest, if they're gonna be in a weight class, they're gonna need to make a fight with each other to show who's the best, who's the absolute best. You know what I'm saying? If that opportunity so present itself, but if not, then I'm not really interested in you know, making it seem like one of the others ducking. I'm gonna just say they both ain't trying to make the fight. They just talking shit. So I'm gonna just say that equally. Regis going to 35 for Tank. And that's what I'm saying too, Crush. That's just make Tank one of the biggest names in boxing and one of the most wanted, because you got a guy at 140 that's adamant about fighting Tank Davis. And I don't know, I guess that's what he banking on too, because just to add a little more to what he was saying too, he said he comfortable at 140, so he gonna be there for a while. And he said, you know, the interviewer was kind of asking him, is your thoughts that, you know, it's a lot of top guys at 35 that's going to be moving up to 140 soon? And he said that's his thoughts exactly. So he feel like it's a lot of top talent that's at 35 that's on their way within the next 2 years up to 40. So he said in his mind, 140 is going to be the hottest division in boxing within the next 2 years. So I say Regis do got a point, and I get his train of thought. So my guess is, if he's banking on a fight with Tank Davis, maybe he's hoping that he go back to 140 at some point. You know what I'm saying? Within the next couple of years, maybe he think he outgrows 135 or whatever it is he think. But again, on the back end of that, he said, if not Tank Davis, he said Ryan Garcia. And yes, he did. Zoom was good with his Zoom. Appreciate you stopping through, my bro. How you feeling? Yes, sir. You do need to worry about 140 because you still got other dogs in there. You still got the guy that gave you your only loss so far as we could tell. He's still campaigning at 140. You do got ZEPEDA in front of you. You better focus up, because ZEPEDA ain't gonna come to lay down. That's one thing we do know about him. Regardless of despite how that fight play out, Jose ZEPEDA is not coming to lay down against Regis PROGRAIS. Salute to my bro Zoom. Appreciate you, brother. So, you know, I think that's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a dog fight, man. I really do, because looking at the way you already see how Regis fight, like a trained street fighter, right? And then you got Jose ZEPEDA. Like, you've seen the fight that he had with Baranchik. They was trading knockdowns. Like, he wasn't backing down from the smoke. You get what I'm saying? He went into the fire even while getting knocked down. So I think once they fill each other out, if they even have a fill out round, I think we're going to see some bombs being thrown from both sides early. And whoever got the harder punch and landed better shots is going to win that fight for sure. Because I don't know if it goes the distance. I don't know. Depending on how quick a fight breakout between them two. I'm going to think about it as it get closer. But that Jose ZEPEDA and Regis PROGRAIS going to be a damn good fight. That's going to be a damn good fight, y'all. Damn good fight. But yeah, he need to worry about them and stop thinking about Tank. Like, you know, fighters kill me a lot of times, bro, because they be like, you know, I'm really focused on such and such. But then most of the interview was spent talking about other fighters that they fight instead of the actual opponent. So it's like, I get it that you locked in, but then you spend more time focusing on the other fighters that you want to fight more so than the opponent that you fighting. So I just be thinking that's funny when they do that shit. Like, you can't be thinking too much about your opponent. You got a lot to say. Yeah, you know, me and Tank go back and forth for social media, this and that. That's always a fight. That's why I say he is boxing's most wanted, man. He is the bar. That's why I always say that. He the man in the weight class that he ain't even in. So he had one fight there, and they treating him like, man, he's, you know what I mean? Green B. All right, bro. Salute, Teach. Appreciate you. But yeah, man, he act like, you know, it's been an interview speaking on Tank more so than ZEPEDA. But we're going to see how that fight shapes. Because like I said, it's going to be like two trains on the same track. I don't think they're going to have to go hard to look for each other. It's not going to be hard for them to look for each other because they don't fight that way. And I ain't going to be surprised if we see a knockout at some point because I think they both going to be coming in there to win. That's going to make for a good fight, like I said, because ZEPEDA, we already seen him have a recent upset more recently when he knocked out Josue Vargas. Now, I seriously doubt that he do that to Regis PROGRAIS, but I still think it's going to be a good fight. A competitive one. I don't think Regis PROGRAIS just going to blow straight through him. At least I don't think so. Like Regis and Matthias, that would be a good ass fight too. Oh, it is glad because around the time when Regis was saying nobody is calling his name, that's the guy that was calling his name. You know what I'm saying? The dude was calling his name. Matthias was calling his name, and I don't know Regis. I don't know if he ever got that memo. Maybe he never got that memo, but around that time where he was saying none of these fighters ain't calling my name, Matthias definitely mentioned his name. So that's definitely a fight I want to see because he a player at 140. Like you got to think all he got to do is keep winning because he can't be too far off from a title shot either. He can't be too far. These dudes jockeying back and forth, man. These fighters need to realize, man, real fans don't care about y'all money. We cool, like we glad that as young black athletes y'all making y'all money, but at the end of the day, that's not the reason we watch y'all. We don't watch y'all because y'all make a lot of money. We don't care about that at all. So as far as who make more money between fucking Tank and Dev, we don't care, bro. Like I don't understand Leonard Ellaby, and that reason I just came out of nowhere with that because I just see one of these headlines like these dudes always going back and forth about money. We don't care, bro. Like how is the money gonna help the fans? Like we the reasons y'all able to talk about the money y'all got. If you want to be honest, the motherfuckers that's supporting y'all fights. So again, we get that we get it because you got people really paying for y'all shit. So we get it that y'all got money. Do y'all want to fight? Damn, D-Man, what's good, my bro? Like he just talked too much. And stop speaking on behalf of Tank. Let Tank talk his own. Don't speak on behalf of him. Whatever he said, I don't even want to hear it. Always don't talk for him. Give me more Tank talking, less everybody else from TMT. I don't care. I have no problems when I hear Tank talking. I enjoy when Tank has something to say. I don't care about what the CEO has to say. Yo, don't nobody care. The only one outside of Tank that I care about that has something to say is one of the trainers, either Calvin or Kenny. One of them has something to say. I listen to them more so than I would either Floyd or Leonard Ellaby, man. Don't nobody care what y'all say. All y'all want to do is keep talking about money, bro. We don't care. Damn. Do you want to fight, man? Are you going to put them in there with the people? That's the frustrating part because I don't care what nobody say. This is how I'm always look at this. If I don't think Tank's scared of nobody. I think he'll fight any and everybody in or around his weight class, period. That's just my thoughts. I don't think he ducking or none of that, but I think he got some. I think it's other things that play a major factor, and it's unfortunate that people don't seem like they got the right amount of trust, or their focus is not where it need to be as pertaining to Tank and his career. But that dude, a dog, he'll fight whoever. But I'm tired of hearing about his money. Even if he's saying it, and Devin Haney's talking money too, I don't care about nobody money. We don't care. We glad y'all rich. It was cool. That y'all rich as hell. We get it. All right, y'all got bread. That's wonderful. Beautiful. Do you want to fight, man? Do you want to fight? Because don't make him seem like he's trying to duck you. Because every time you do it, you got somebody that you about to fight. And it's crazy because if you notice, it's one that's calling the duck. If you really being honest, the other don't really call the other dude a duck. He just say something about wanting to fight him, and it's usually when somebody bring them up. So it's not them versus each other, but I just want to see them dudes fight, man. Because I guarantee this is one thing for sure, two things for certain. When and if they fight, regardless of who wins, despite who win, lose, or draw, I guarantee you, as men, because of the kind of fighters I think they are, they gonna have more respect for each other than they ever had as men once they fight each other, yo. I want to know, do you think these dudes be on that money bullshit more and more because of Mayweather and his approach to the sport? And you know what? That's a good question. Yeah, bro, to some degree, because I think it's a lot of people that seen what Floyd did, but they don't understand it. They just seen it. They don't understand it. So what I mean by that is you see their approach. They try to move in a way where it look like their moves are way too financially motivated early in their careers. And I understand it's prize fighting and they prize fighters, so they want to get paid. I understand that. But it's certain fighters that stagnate their careers making bad moves, trying to make it all about the money when you should just focus on fighting the absolute best and let that money take care of itself. So people be trying to emulate some shit that they don't even understand. And what worked for Floyd, I always say this all the time, he's a one of one. What worked for him ain't gonna work for somebody else. And you know, it's a lot of people, Zoom, it's funny you ask that because there's a lot of people that they understand that the money that he made, but they don't understand that bullshit contract that he was in and that shit that he had to get out of. They just think that some people really think it was just all good for him. Like he was just Money Mayweather forever. Mr. A side, it's people that talk like all he did ever was pick his fights. There are far too many people that really don't know the career of Floyd Mayweather. They don't know about the struggles that dude went through. They just see the good side of it. So they try to emulate some shit, like I said, that they don't understand and end up not working for them. Get them just fuck that. You make millions to fight somebody. That's what I'm saying. And it just go for everybody. And that go for all fighters. The reason y'all able to talk this shit about money, and let's just go for anybody, because it's no fighter against each other. It's all them versus each other in the ring. But when it comes to this money shit, we equally just don't care, because we as supporters of y'all, we are the reason you able to talk about money. So I think and for the fighters that understand that are the ones that's gonna give us the fights we want. The ones that don't just don't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? And that's why they able to talk money. You able to talk money because you're getting it from people that support you. So again, we not interested in how much money y'all got, because it does absolutely nothing for us. But getting in the ring and fighting the best fighters possible, that does something for us. You know what I'm saying? And it just even, and it's no slight to nobody that got money, because you know Tank can tell you about his money quick, but that's more so when he talking about Devin Haney, and you know they go back and forth. He say money, Dev say belts. Dev say I got money too, and I got belts. You know what I'm saying? Tank say fuck your belts. Your belts don't matter. I say I respect the belts. I respect the move you made to get them, but what he's saying to some degree has validity to it, because the belts don't determine the value. The quality of opponents on your resume determine your value, in my opinion. I don't care what you get paid, bro. There's a lot of people that get paid more than they worth. And we're not even going to get in that. And y'all in the sport where you can't play. So I would think any and every penny y'all earn is well deserved. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the money does not for us. The entertainment inside the square circle does it for us. I mean, seeing who could talk the most shit does nothing for us. I mean, it gives us a little content from time to time, but at the end of the day, y'all fighting is gonna create the best content in and outside the ring for people. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope at some point they're able to really like talk to each other and make a fight happen. But that's, it don't have, like I said, it don't have to happen now, but I'm just not of the belief either of those dudes is ducking. I just think they know neither one of them has really made the actual move to fight each other, so it ain't gonna happen just yet until that opportunity present itself. And that's just what it is. And I think sometimes us as fans, we follow this shit a lot, so we can get tired of this shit fast, but that shit gonna come at the end of the day. When the smoke clear and like shit. Just for example, how Regis saying the next 2 years, what he think about 140. Just think about the next 2 years. I think that's going to reveal a lot about a lot of fighters. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, especially if they actually getting in the ring, you get what I'm saying? Who they getting in the ring with, who still fight, who's staying active, who really chasing it. I think we just be eager to see it, because, we sitting around waiting for this shit, and we see the back and forth, and we just be ready to see it. But I think in due time, all these fights are not going to happen, and we going to be able to call a spade with all these situations where they done getting shook out. I think we're going to really see who, just like Spence said, you're going to see who ducking or who holding up fights. Like, I think all things going to reveal itself. It's only so long anybody going to be to avoid fighting somebody. You get what I'm saying? Without it just being clear as day. And just to go off topic, not in the lightweight division or, the 140 division. Yeah, you got a certain somebody that has avoided certain top competition for years. And you know, some people call it out, some people don't. That's obvious. You know what I mean? I don't think none of these dudes are at that level just yet. I don't think it's gotten to a point where you could say, man, it's been too many years. Like, they should just fight. You get what I'm saying? Because you got a Haney being just 23, about to be 24, young. People say Tank the oldest, but he's still young. So it's like, I don't think none of these fights are past it yet, because ain't none of these dudes past their prime. And there's still a lot of general interest in all of these bouts and any of these top dudes mixing it up, whether it be top dudes at 40 or top dudes at 35. I don't think none of these fights, like, have been overplayed, like, just yet. I don't think none of them, the time expired on none of these fights, man. I just think we're gonna have to be a little more patient and see what everybody next fight is. Maybe we won't get the answers we want in the very next fight for some of these people, but like I said, 2 years is a decent amount of time in boxing to kind of see some shit, man. It don't take as long as what some people think. So we're gonna get a lot more answers in due time as to who really trying to make these fights and who blowing smoke, and who clout chasing, who really, you know what I mean, who turned diva. All that shit gonna reveal itself in due time, man. But in the meantime, I just hope every last one of these dudes on this thumbnail either mix it up with each other or get some type of quality fight to prove themselves even more than what they have already. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I ain't gonna say everybody, it's a fair amount of people that wouldn't mind seeing CRUZ fight Tank again. For me, I feel like even though he getting knockouts, he just don't look impressive to me in how he getting the business done. So I say, man, he just still got to show me something. Some people believe he deserved it. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I believe that Ryan Garcia deserved the fight because he barked the most, and he needed that. You get what I'm saying? I hear they're in negotiations. I do. I mean, I also hear that Floyd was blocking the fight, some weird shit like that, but we gonna see. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind seeing Tank knock him out. As for PROGRAIS, I don't think a fight between him and PROGRAIS is realistic at the moment. I think PROGRAIS needs to stop calling him out before he start looking funny. He focusing on the 35-pounder way too much. If I'm doing Ryan Diaz with a mask and painted nails, you know what I'm saying? So time is gonna reveal all things, man. Teofimo mentioned Tank name, but he at 40. You get what I'm saying? So again, some of these dudes you can see straight up, they just using his name for what it is. It's clout, because he's the bigger name. So if you saying his name, you mentioning fighting him, but don't fight him, and you go in a totally different direction. That's what clout chasing is, bro. Bringing up somebody's name, knowing that you're going to fight somebody else that's lesser competition than the name you are calling out, trying to generate general interest to yourself or your fight. That's what clout chasing is. Dev Haney, I ain't going to say he clout chasing, because I think he's known enough to the point where you don't have to clout chase despite him not selling as much as Tank. I think enough people do know of Devin Haney, so he don't have to clout chase. But I think it's his father doing most of the damage when he going on the podcast, doing and talking about who you gonna fight next, and then not doing it. I don't think it's so much Devin Haney as it is his pops, man. Devin Haney do talk his shit, but like I said, time gonna reveal all things, man. 2 years, man. Like, how far along is we gonna be? You know what I mean? He should be up out of that contract. Just think about that. Some shit gotta shake. You're gonna see who was talking, who was just talking, who was blowing smoke, and who really wanted smoke. And we're gonna see who the smoke really is at 35 and 40, I think, within the next 2 years, just like Regis said. So PROGRAIS, no. Haney, that's a no for now. CRUZ, still gotta show me something. Garcia, your time is now. Sleep. Teofimo, if Tank ever go back to 140, I definitely want to see that fight. But like I said at the beginning, Tank still to me is the most wanted man in boxing. Whether it's real or fluff, whether these dudes serious, just want to payday or not, it remains to be seen. But at the end of the day, I can't think of a time in Tank Davis' career where he had this many fighters speaking his name at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I don't think everybody is serious. I think that's safe to say. But nonetheless, I think Regis is serious. I think that'd be a tougher fight for Tank out of all these dudes up here. But respectfully, just to close this out, because I ain't gonna keep y'all here. I'm over the hour mark. I'm good. I ain't want to keep y'all here too long. I just wanted to have this conversation. Tank Davis. Out of all these other guys in this thumbnail, I think Regis would be the toughest fight for him, and I still think that's a fight he'd win. As for CRUZ, I think a rematch with two hands, I think Tank could knock him out. Whether you knock him out or not, he's fight CRUZ. He's at CRUZ 10 times out of 10. Tank gonna win. Respectfully, I like DEVIN HANEY. I think that fight would be competitive early. Once Tank catch up to him, I think he'd go to bed. Ryan Garcia, if he fighting Ryan Garcia next, I think Ryan Garcia gonna take a nap. I think he's gonna be the first guy to lose next out of all these guys if he's the one that's fighting Tank next. If Tank ever fights Teofimo Lopez, I think that fight could be competitive early as well. I think I see Tank hurting that dude eventually and getting him out of there as well. So they all good fights. Let's see what direction Tank and Mayweather go in. Let's see what fights they entertain. Hopefully is ones that we all facts. That pretty much I just say the most competitive one will be Regis. The size and style more so than anything else, but he'd be in there to be two fucking pit bulls. That's for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? I think Tank a better boxer and more skilled boxer than Regis, so I still got him beating Regis, despite how Regis think he gonna come in there and do whatever. Tank ain't going for none of that. And you will be getting punched in your face, some of the hardest you ever been punched in your face, despite what he thinks. So I think he beats all these dudes respectfully. I do. I think Regis would be the most entertaining, or one of the most entertaining, possibly the toughest fight. But outside of that, I think the rest of these dudes can be competitive to some degree, but I think they get slapped. That's just my thoughts on it. That's just me being real. But hopefully we see some of these fights shake out. Like I said, I heard Tank still in negotiations with Ryan and his team. So hopefully that's the truth out of all the other shit I've been hearing. But like I said, I wouldn't mind that fight next. Then we'll see. We'll see where everybody go from here. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see Tank fight, I think Kevin Hart. You want to go night? Yeah. That's what it is. I'm telling you. That's why I say when people call them out nowadays, they just sleepy. They sleepy. Especially with 5 people calling them out at the same time. Like, or mentioning his name, should I say. I don't like to say call out, but I hear them constantly mention. Like I said, Regis was the most recent. He said it, if he beats Zepeda, you know what I mean? He would look to make a fight with Tank. If not Tank, Ryan Garcia. That's exactly what he said. That was 2 days ago. He said he think 140 going to be one of the highest divisions in boxing in 2 years. So he's going to stay put, basically, and wait for some of that 135 smoke to move up to 140 eventually, because he says some of them guys is coming. So, some people that could be looking like he's looking to have an advantage or catch some people acclimating to the weight and get a win that way. Because some people can honestly feel like Regis PROGRAIS and Josh Taylor both need to go their asses up to 47 and get that smoke up there. Because he did mention 47. He said 47 got some big names too, but he want to stay his ass at 40, where it's a little bit safer for him at. Face salute, my bro. Appreciate you sliding through. How you feeling, bro? So that's my thoughts, man. I don't think Regis ducking no smoking, nothing like that. But I think he just got plans on, becoming a world champion at 140. And I don't know, maybe he think he can make a run towards undisputed. Let's see what he do. Let's see if Tank and Ryan Garcia, Ryan Garcia finally get his tail out his ass and make that fight happen, so he could go ahead and get some of the best sleep he gonna get in his life. It's just what it is. I mean, I don't know. He act like somebody need to get in touch with Ryan Garcia and tell him, yo, sleep is good, man. Sleep is good for the soul, man. Like, especially when you getting good sleep, it ain't like you'll be tossing and turning all night when you go to sleep. When Tank hit you, don't worry. Like, you're gonna be concussed for a nice little second. That sleep you get probably gonna be some of the best you had in your life, bro. I'm telling you, probably be rejuvenated and shit. Y'all think I'm playing? Look how Santa Cruz looked in his last fight. Since getting knocked out by Tank, he looked back, refreshed. He was throwing a lot of punches. He had no leg. He ain't look like he been knocked out. Like Ryan, man, you know what I'm saying? That could probably be the same deal for you. Like a nap is probably what you need to get your career started, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Maybe after that nap, it's just a whole new you after that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Leo Santa Cruz looking refreshed, looking well rested in the ring. Look at all them punches he was throwing. Y'all go back and watch Santa Cruz last fight. I'm telling y'all. He looked nice, well rested. I'm like, damn, that nap did him some good. Yo, he needed that sleep. He needed it. I'm telling you, best shit he could have ever got. You got Santa Cruz damn near 45. You get what I'm saying? You think he ain't need no sleep? He ain't been getting no good sleep since his career started. He need to thank Tank for that. I'm telling you. He ain't move up because he want to stay from those stars and the lightweight moving up. He said it. By the time they come up, yeah, he waiting for them. That's exactly what he was basically saying. He waiting for the top guys at 35 to move up because he feel like within the next 2 years, a lot of those dudes going to be up there in his division where he say he's still going to be comfortable at. And he say he's staying there. Heavy bag salute, my bro. Appreciate you sliding through. Nah, it's all good because I was just talking about that too, though. I think it's a bad look. I was looking forward to seeing that. I was, bro. I think it's a bad look for CRUZ Eubank. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ash, he needed it. He needed it, yo. He was just his chin more. You see what I'm saying? He do. He's like, yo, I understand. I got slept by that punch, but I did take some solid shots before that. Rest of these dudes can't punch like that. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm he more confident, a better fighter. But yeah, Heavy, that's a bad look for CRUZ Eubank. His father, it seemed like they making excuses. Like I said, this shit was 157. Dude, fight at 160. Like, it missed me with that. Missed me with somebody made something. But same day weigh 162, some shit like that. But it's something he should have been able to do. They the ones that suggested this shit. Now it's like they pulling back. Then you got your son running around eating KFC, but you talking about a weight cut. You get what I'm saying? Just from the outside looking in, it don't look good. He's overly confident, cocky as hell, eating like that, and you talking about it's too much of a risk. Like, nobody want to hear that, bro. Ain't just get over vibe that you gotta beat him to be bread boxer, because they know the big names aren't as big. Yeah, it's a fact. That's a fact. You gotta beat him. Be called a great boxer. Anton Russell is next in the WBC rankings. True indeed, Ash. That's what I said. He better PROGRAIS back, focus up. Stop talking about Tank. I know that's the low hanging fruit, and it's like the mouth watering fight. But you got some real smoke up there at 40 that's gonna be there before 2 years. You get what I'm saying? That's gonna be there now. Like after you fight ZEPEDA now, like people there before you fight ZEPEDA, like now. It's people there right now that's gonna want some smoke with your ass, man. I just know. I can't wait to see when Gary Antoine gonna get an opportunity at the title, because I think some people sleeping from that last fight, and I think he's gonna wake some people up. But it's cool when people still doubting you, because that means people you can't call you no hype or nothing. You still doubting you, so still gotta prove it something, right? Yep. Regis versus Gary, good dog fight. Man, that's gonna be a dog fight. I would love to see that fight. Love it. ZEPEDA number 1, Regis number 2, Gary Antoine number 3. Facts. I called Tank at 35 and Ryan ranked number 6 in the WBC, and that is facts. Yep, that's his ranking. They got that dude at a good ranking too, Brian Garcia. So that's what I said. Stop worry about Tank. I ain't really worried for him when they call him out. I ain't looking at it like a Floyd, leave him alone. I'm looking at it like y'all all ain't ready to go to sleep just yet. So when he decide to go back to 40, if he decide, then he decide that. But right now, unless you coming at 35, you mentioning him is unrealistic, and you should realize that, or at least pay attention more. You understand he's where he's at, because that's where he comfortable. That's where he want to campaign at. That's where he want to put people to sleep at right now. He feel good at 35. That's where he want to put these. Where he want to, you know what I mean? Feel like people need to take naps at 35. That's where he's gonna be at. I mean, he went up to 140 for a second. He felt like Mario Barrios needed a nap. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He might even get concussed sleep, but he beat the fight out of him. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, put a little hands on him. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how all this shake out. But ain't no way everybody want to fight him right now and fighting somebody else. So we're gonna see. Like I said, man, just to close it out, I just hope that him and Ryan Garcia figure it out. And Garcia and De La Hoya stop fronting. like his Tank not wanting to fight, knowing damn well he been ready to put that boy unconscious for years now. So hopefully they hurry up and get that done. That's the next fight. That's the next nap that need to take place in boxing. I mean, or Helenius, should I say Helenius on the 15th? I would like to see him take a nice little nap. You know what I'm saying? See what Wilder do on the 15th. Sleep is forbidden. Sleep. All right, my bad, y'all. I was muted like a bitch. To my son. But yeah, man. Hopefully we get. Well, we're gonna see in the next few months, man. What's gonna shake out with this lightweight and with 140. I'm looking forward to Regis and ZEPEDA, and I want to see what he's going to do after that. I want to see exactly which fighter he's going to pursue, because I think that one thing that I ain't expect is for Regis to mention Ryan, and it'd be funny as hell to see Regis on Ryan Garcia bumper trying to press him to fight, because I love to see what he'd say about fighting Regis. Like, you know what's funny? Ryan Garcia at 40, basically, he's at 40, right? And then you could say his last two fights was at 40. 139, that's close enough. Pretty sure he was more than 140 on fight night. So you could say his last two fights pretty much is at 140. He ain't mentioned nobody other than Tank. You ain't hear him really mention nobody. I think maybe Teofimo. I think. But outside of that, you like just think about him and Regis Prograis going back and forth, man. And Ryan Garcia and Regis Prograis, and Regis Prograis put some pressure on Ryan and tell him he wants some smoke. That should be funny, man. Because I think he'd dog. I think he'd dog Ryan Garcia bad. I really do. And it damn sure ain't going the distance. That should be a massacre, man. It'd be all bad for Ryan. And I think, you know, when we see ZEPEDA and Regis, that's going to be a dogfight of war. I don't think that fight will go the distance, depending on how early a fight break out, like I said. Just to finish up, if all these dudes had to fight each other in a damn tournament, man, I think Regis, respectfully, however you match it up, I think Regis and Tank will come out on top between all these two. Skywalker, my bro, what's good with it, bro? Ryan gonna say Regis doesn't sell, and he doesn't want to pay. Oh, and he just want to pay the. Yeah, he gonna say some weak shit like that, or try to ignore. Nah, don't try to ignore him. Don't do that. You see everything Tank said. You don't try that. You know what I'm saying? Ass, don't try. Don't try that. Skywalker, what's good with it, bro? Next opponent is Jermaine Ortiz. Yeah, that's the dude that that's a new. Nah, I mean, it might seem like a trend, but that's been going on for years and years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, as big as we might want to think boxing is, like from the outside, that's like, you know, I guess they look at it like a brotherhood or whatever, if you want to call it that. It's not as big as what you think. People, it's plenty of fighters that got in there with their sparring partners. I think sometimes when it's certain guys, it gets highlighted a little more. Like, I think I'm surprised, and not by you. I'm surprised that people are calling that out with Lomachenko, because I know when Wilder and Helenius first got announced, that's the first thing people were saying. Oh, he's fighting a sparring partner. You start seeing the picture surface of people complaining that he sparred him before. Why is he fighting him? I'm like, yo, that's not the first time that this happened, and I'm glad people are calling it, you know, even, and like, hold up, wait a minute, Loma fighting his sparring partner as well. That's the dude that just beat Jamel Herring. He decent, but again, they gonna pick the right opponents for Loma. They're not really gonna put him in, like, when Loma is truly gonna get tested, you know it, if that's fair to say. Like, you gonna know it by the opponent selection. For the most part, you gonna know two things. You gonna know if they put Loma in there with somebody they know he gonna beat, or they putting him in there to be tested to see how great he is. And putting him in there with Jermaine Ortiz doesn't test his greatness. That's the other side of it. They putting him in there because that's a guy they feel like he gonna beat. They know he gonna beat. young guy, undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can hold that over. He beat an undefeated opponent. You know, I don't want to call dude a cherry pick. Like I say, he beat Jamel Herring up pretty good. I mean, that's old Herring, but again, I don't think he got nearly enough experience for Lomachenko. Even though he got close to the same amount of fights, it's still levels, and I don't think that dude gonna really have much for Loma. I think Loma gonna beat him up if he's still the same Loma. If there's any slippage for any reason, you can see some different shit happening in there. Shakur Haney spar, but we still want to see that. And you get what I'm saying? It's facts, and we definitely want to see it. You get what I'm saying? Definitely, without a doubt. That's a good point. Hell yeah. So it's like I don't really be mad because I know it's a chance that could happen, because the way I see it, say for instance, right, you a top fighter. When you're a top fighter, you wanna spar with other top fighters if you're really trying to be the best. You get what I'm saying? There's the saying go, iron sharper iron. They always say that in sparring, iron sharper iron and shit like that. So just think of it in that regard. Like, you're a quality fighter, you want to spar with other quality fighters that's in and around your weight class and sometimes bigger. You get what I'm saying? So it's not unrealistic for y'all to one day have to fight each other. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's realistic. You know what I mean? To me, you haven't sparred over a year, you should be able to fight them. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, exactly. And that's another thing, just to highlight that, what Ash was saying, like, it ain't like they was just recently sparring. Like, there's a lot of time in between. And so, you get what I'm saying? It ain't like it's just fresh sparring. Like they just was sparring each other and they going into a fight with each other. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't have an issue with it, with Loma either. I ain't have an issue with Wilder. And then just to be fair, too, because I think I heard about Wilder fight first. So it's like I ain't have an issue right when people pointed that out. So I don't have an issue with Loma doing it either. Because, it just is what it is. It happens. You know what I'm saying? That, a couple sparring sessions ain't enough. You get what I'm saying? I can see if they, been working together for years on end, maybe it'd be a little different, but that ain't the case. You know what I'm saying? It was just work. And nonetheless, I could say this because people already revealed it. When they did spar, I heard Wilder gave Helenius the business too, to be honest with you. And that came from a source that is as credible as it gets. So I heard when they did spar, Wilder put some hands on dudes. So long as he just, still Wilder, which I expect him to be, you know what I mean? He might have to shake some rust off. Who knows? But I think he'd be fine in there, just as long as he's still himself. And we're going to see him potentially, make another run at the title. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he want to do, I'm going to rock with him, man. So I'm just glad to see him, back in there. So I don't have a problem with Loma fighting Jermaine Ortiz. He is going to dust him. I have more of an issue with him getting his third consecutive tune-up fight. And I no disrespect to Comey and Nakatani, but if I'm not mistaken, I mean, let's be honest, those are fights that he came in at the absolute favorite. You know what I mean? And he was expected to beat those guys as he did. And to me, those were like get back / tune-up type fights. And he fought them too. And now I understand that you went off into the war and it's been a while, but god damn, you getting another tune-up fight, dude. You getting another tune-up fight. Dude, he's getting his third. That's the only thing I do have an issue with. He getting his third tune-up. And why I'm calling dude a tune-up, because that's exactly what Team Loma called him. They refer to dude as a tune-up fight. So that's a fight that they know without a doubt that he should win unless something goes terribly wrong. You know what I'm saying? If I was sparring partners, well, facts. I agree boxing is very small in my opinion. You might have to fight your brother or friend, for example, Charlo, Earl, Porter, and Bud. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So it's like, I don't have a real big issue with it. As long as y'all ain't been recently working, like Ash said, it been a minute. So it ain't like I got years of experience with each other. So I don't think the bit of sparring that y'all did against each other should be that much of a deciding factor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with it. But man, that's my just due on it, man. Tank is the most wanted man in boxing. Like I said, he always gonna be until they show me something different. Got so many people calling his name, and they know why. A payday come with it. A payday and a nap. Some people feel like that's worth it. You know what I'm saying? If all I gotta do is take a nap for a good payday, and I got an opportunity at the same time for the ones that ain't scared, then it's not that bad of a gamble for them. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, most wanted man in boxing, Gervonta, Tank Davis. You got Regis PROGRAIS talking about fighting him. He ain't even fought ZEPEDA yet. You talk about fighting him or Ryan Garcia. You got Devin Haney going crazy back and forth. You know what I mean? You got CRUZ keep calling for a rematch. You got Ryan Garcia possibly in negotiations. He negotiating his nap right now. You know, last I heard, they was negotiating the nap. TL, let's see where he go from here, because I don't believe him just yet at 140. I don't believe his power. And he got a lot more to prove. Issue with fighters with sparring partners, get your people paid. Yeah, I don't have an issue. Yeah, me either, bro. Me either, BC. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't. Especially as long as I ain't got no lifetime of work together type deal, you know? But that's really my spiel on it, man. That's my just due on it, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up no more. I just wanted to come kick it about this. Had a nice conversation, man. That's what I like to do over here. Have a conversation with my family. So y'all smash that like button for me if y'all haven't on the way out. Y'all stay tuned. I'll be back with something else later. So salute to the family in the building. Salute to my TWT family. Appreciate all y'all. And I'm up out of here. Peace.